All right, golfers, time for another Swing Secrets. Kevin Haime here. In my teaching studio in Ottawa, Canada, I've been teaching now for 30 years. This is our 30th year in business. And not only do I own a large golf school, but I own a golf center. And today we're going to dispel the biggest myth in golf. I think the biggest myth in golf, and one I hear every single day in my golf center. So to start off, I just want to show you here, this great footage I got at Bethpage Black down in 2009 at the US Open. And this is Robert Allenby, an Australian player, and I just want you to watch him swing there, and I want you to look at where his head is as he makes contact with that golf ball, right there. And I think you can see that his head is well rotated through, more than most pros, but this exemplifies something that's really important in golf, and that is you have to keep your head up for a lot of reasons. We'll get to that in a second, and you also have to allow your head to rotate. That thing that I hear all the time, the biggest myth, keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball. I don't think there's a day I walk down my tee line and I don't see or hear somebody giving someone else the advice, you know, keep your head down. As a matter of fact, if I hear that, you really know the person has no idea what to say. So if you swing and you miss the ball and the person says, keep your eye on the ball, you're not looking at the ball. Well, that's ridiculous. I just watched the person looking at the ball. And, you know, it's not about looking at the ball more. It's about all the moving parts in the golf swing for a beginner, and that's why it's not great advice, right? The advice is just something to say, but it's always wrong, to be honest. All right, so let's talk about the head and what you should do with it. Well, we need to keep the head up and natural in golf. We start with the starting position. We look at old footage of Mike Weir here. Notice Mike's posture, and notice how nice and straight his back is as he stands over the golf ball. And one of the things that allows him to have that athletic, tall-looking posture, balanced posture, is that his head isn't tucked down. If I draw a little picture on his face here, a little line on his face, and then give you a 90-degree angle from that, you'll see that, you know, to a certain degree, his face is running, or that line is running parallel to his club shaft. So he doesn't have his head tucked down into his chin. He's not looking down. Look at the ball. Keep your eye on the ball. Get your head down. You know, all of that advice actually makes people get way out of balance. And what ends up happening is they end up with a turtle back and the face is down here. And now they're really out of balance and not very athletic. And not only that, but they're not going to have as much of an ability to move properly. Your head actually should rotate a little bit, even in your backswing. Your head should rotate a little bit and stay up so that your shoulders can rotate under them, right? If we want to wind up and coil properly, that shoulder has to stay in posture and get under your chin. How about this for an image? Whoa, Jack's already at the top. There he is at the start, Jack Nicklaus. And you can see that his head is rotated a good, well, what do you call that, everybody? 25, 30 degrees from an address. So he's already pre-setting that, and it's not a bad idea to try. And that allows him, I love this, that allows him to do this. And he's rotated those shoulders well past that 90-degree position that you're taught. And the head is up. See how the shoulder is under the chin here as well. It allows for great coil, great wind-up, great motion. Most importantly, though, would be what we saw in Robert Allenby, that if you rotate your head through and don't try to keep it down too much, it really allows you to clear, stay on plane, and get to a finish position. Most famous for doing this is probably the best female golfer of all time, Annika Sorenstam. And I got this footage at the Ottawa Hunt Club here in my hometown in Canada. The CN Championship, which was a major at the time on the LPGA Tour, was played at the Hunt Club. And there's a little 9-iron into the 9th hole. And, you know, I think she's famous for this, so it shouldn't surprise many of you. But you'll see that Allenby approach where she's just making contact and she's rotated her head substantially past. Again, that allows for a clearing of the chest, a clearing of the hips. Everything's rotating in balance to a finish. It's very, very important. All right, doubting Thomases. So I've showed Jack Nicklaus, Robert Allenby, Mike Weir, Annika Sorenstam. None of them are in the headlines these days. So who do we want to see in the headlines? Well, How about Dustin Johnson? This is at the Ryder Cup over in France. You can see his coach, Claude Haime, in here behind him. They've clearly put a camera on a tripod or something here, and he's just hitting wedge shots, and I want you to see the same thing in our world number one. Watch as he swings the golf club down. First of all, the hips are clearing nicely. We're actually going to talk about that in another swing secrets coming up soon. But I want you to see that as he's hitting that golf ball, right there, he's making contact with the golf ball. And look at, we can see his eyes. He's turned his head, I don't know what degree, but 30, 40 degrees past looking down at that golf ball and allowing himself to rotate and finish. And again, this lovely look right here when the club is parallel on the way through, and it really looks like the club is in front of his chest, his shoulders are clearing, everything's rotating through a finish, which maximizes speed and keeps that club on plane. So next time you're playing, or next time you're practicing, if you're a better player, any type of player, check your posture. The other thing, last little reminder, I'm now in my 50s, and you think you're standing there with that nice athletic position, and then I watch video of myself, and that upper back is slouching a little bit, and I just don't look like I feel like I look. So get a video camera on yourself from down the line, from beside you, and have a look, and you really have to work at keeping those shoulders back, that head up, and that'll allow for that proper rotation and move. So videotape yourself, really important to do. Keep the chin up, keep your eye on the ball, keep your eyes up, and allow your head to rotate a little bit as you swing. It'll really help you play better golf. New player or better player, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's your swing secret for today. For more great swing secrets like this one, check us out here or subscribe to this YouTube channel, or you can find me anywhere on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and I'm always trying to make you a better golfer.